How is that good?
That's comedy, really.
He asked permission. Jade.
Danny's gonna talk about how to avoid stress and manage it.
Danny's part of the group, the awesome group called 1 in a Million. Clap up for us. Thank you. He's definitely a great contributor to the group, and I'm pretty sure his presentation, it will be very informative to us. And just sit back, relax, and learn.
Alright, so I'm gonna talk about how to avoid and manage stress. And who here gets stressed easily? Alright, that's everyone. Alright, so many of us do get stressed. We get stressed from our job or work, or from school especially, or even at home. And so with that, I would go over what stress is, and the causes of stress, and how to manage stress, and especially for us, how to manage during our exams. So what is stress? Well, stress is your body's way of responding to a certain amount of demand, and it can be very harmful in the long term, as in you could have a risk of developing heart problems and other conditions such as migraines or headaches that can hurt you. And from these conditions, it can definitely alter your performance during your work or school. You might start feeling lazy to do things since you're tired from stressing out. And it can definitely also affect how you respond to other people. People could start to respect you less because of how you're acting differently. And the causes of stress, well, it can be caused from physical and or emotional damage. So it could be from work, people you hang out with. Like if there's an annoying person next to you, it can definitely stress you out. And there will be definitely types of stress. Survival stress is when you're getting attacked, or say you're about to get into a fight. Your body sends a burst of energy, and that causes you to get stressed because of that amount of burst of energy. And then the internal stress is emotional stress. So let's say something big happened, your grandma died, or maybe someone passed away. It can cause you to definitely react in a stressful way. Environmental stress is the environment you're in. So if you're in a loud, like a party, like a club with like flashing strobe lights all over the place, it can definitely cause stress. And then fatigue and overwork. That's pretty much taking more than you can manage. So working over your limit.
Working so much for your speech class.
Right. And then to avoid or to manage that is learn how to say no. You can't always say yes to everything. There's gotta be some point where you gotta stop and know where your limit is. And avoid people who stress you out. Pretty much saying avoid people who annoy you, or And then you should definitely talk to a counselor. You should always release what you have in mind. You should always bottle in, because it could always like burst in at one time, and that can be very damaging. You should definitely think positively. Having a low self-esteem or being negative about everything could actually lead into suicidal. There's a lot of situations like that in my high school. So you should always be optimistic. And always try to relax. You can't always be tense when you're doing things. You can't always think about a lot of things. You gotta just relax and just do what you do. And eat a healthy diet. You think it's not gonna contribute, but it can, because if you eat a lot of like fatty food or things that are unhealthy, it can make your body sluggish. And definitely exercise regularly. And I will talk about that in the next one. So stress from exam. Who here gets a lot of stress from exams? Like definitely a lot. We get stress from exams, from like final exams especially. So ways to avoid is you should study every day, at least 2-3 hours, instead of the day before where you just study like 8 hours at a time. And then you should definitely study at a peak concentration. So when you're on a roll of studying everything, you should just keep going on. So you should study somewhere quiet, obviously. If you're studying somewhere loud, it's not gonna help you concentrate. Then you should have break times. And exercising actually has been proved from the source on the bottom, has been proved to increase your concentration. So before or after you exercise, you should study, you should exercise. And then definitely get plenty of sleep. If you don't get plenty of sleep, you're just gonna fall asleep during your exams. So with my conclusion, stress, it can alter your life, it can alter your relationship with other people. So you should definitely relax and have a time just by yourself. And I have a quote from Bill Phillips: stress should be a powerful driving force, not an obstacle. It's basically, you shouldn't let stress take over your life. That's my source.